Good evening, everybody. This is your host, Sean Jewell of the English 101 podcast. And tonight, we have a great, interesting interview for you. Hello, this is Sean Jewell for my literacy practice research project, and I am here interviewing
Lauren Scholes, an instructional coach at Gavin Central.
Okay, awesome. How long have you currently worked here?
This is my 10th year.
Awesome. And since you graduated college,
No, this is my 10th year in this building. Prior to this, I was a first grade teacher, a reading teacher, a classroom aide for a while. This is my 19th year in teaching.
That's nice. Awesome. Can you provide a very brief description of your job's primary functions, what you mainly do?
Yeah, so as an instructional coach, my role is to support teachers and students in the classroom. So I do a lot of planning with teachers, looking at assessment and data, reworking lesson plans and units, and trying to make the best lessons we can, and then support student instruction in the classroom.
Yeah, sounds good. Can you please give an estimate of an average of what % of your job requires writing, from 0 to 25, 50%, or?
Oh, I would probably say, no more than 50% of formal writing, but more informal writing than anything.
Okay. So what type of documents do you mostly complete for your job?
A lot of emails to teachers offering support or responding to things. I do some grant writing to get grants for literacy reasons. I do a lot of Google Sheets for keeping track of data, creating groups, and then just Word documents to write lesson plans, unit plans.
Okay, awesome. Here we go. Could you walk us through the process of one of your projects that you would do for as you were working here? If you were to be given something, what would your step-by-step process be?
Let's see.
If you were given a task.
Let's say I'm going to create some kind of unit with a teacher. So we would probably start with looking at assessment data and kind of figuring out what students' needs are. And then we would start with kind of going backwards and looking at what we want the outcome to be, looking at the standards, and then kind of breaking it down day by day. What's the teacher doing? What are the students doing? Is there any kind of enrichment or extra help provided? Any kind of differentiation? We would probably write a formal assessment, some check-in assessments.
Awesome.
I think, that would probably be the planning part of it.
Makes sense. Can you describe a time in your career where you felt unprepared as a writer at work?
Yes, that's a good question. So I went on an interview, and after talking with the principal in the interview process, I was given a pencil and a few sheets of paper, and I was told I had 10-15 minutes to write an essay about a given topic. I don't remember the topic, but in that moment I felt unprepared to just sit down and randomly write an essay as part of a job interview.
Yeah, that would definitely be rough. Can you remember any particular assignments you did as an undergrad that helped build your writing?
Let's see. Probably in some kind of history or social studies, science class, something some kind of content area class where I had to do research, cite sources, have it organized, answer questions. I would say some kind of writing like that. I think I was probably at better practicing than in high school or something, just because it was required more for that content area class to write some kind
Yeah.
of long.
Did I ask you what
Paper.
university you went to?
No, I went to Monmouth College.
Monmouth. Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. Sweet. So, Monmouth College. What do you think is the most difficult thing about writing in your field or particular position?
I think in my job right now, I support a lot of 3rd and 4th grade teachers and students learning how to write essays. Going from
That's unique.
doing some kind of graphic organizer or planning document to actually writing an essay or a narrative
Okay.
or something.
Yeah.
Going from that planning stage to getting information to actually writing and
Yeah.
then editing and adding details, that's really hard for kids. So
Yeah, for
that
sure.
takes a lot of patience and practice and like joint teaching.
Yeah, that's good. That's what I struggled with at first, so that's good. How would you say you've evolved or improved as a writer over the span of your career?
I think lots of practice. Like I said, having done it in high school and college was kind of the height of having to do it. And I think that's something, if you don't do it every day, you kind of lose the practice. And then once I started teaching, I taught 1st grade. We weren't doing a lot of major writing. And then I started taking some, I got my master's.
Awesome.
And then I did some like extended classes, and I kind of had to reteach myself how to cite sources, how to organize papers, how to elaborate and do all that jazz. And that was before AI existed.
Yeah,
So it
some
was
tough
all
work.
thinking of it on my own.
Yeah.
But I think just lots of practice, doing it regularly helps. Yeah. Did I answer that?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's good. That's good. To what extent do you think writing is valued in your particular organization or in your field?
I think that's primarily what we want kids.
Yeah.
We want kids to leave 8th grade being ready to go to high school and write, and not just in English class, but in content classes, how to share their thoughts, how to elaborate. I think another hard thing is that I think kids struggle with today is reading for information and then putting it into their own words. I see a lot of just copying.
Yeah.
I mean, AI is
Yeah.
that's like a whole nother interview we could do. But I think that's now it's going to become how to use AI and still make it your own work. That's going to be a class soon.
Yeah. All right. That kind of goes with this. How do you define what is successful writing is when you were a student versus how you're a writer now?
I think when I was a student, it was, did I meet the minimum pages or words or whatever? Did I answer all the questions?
Yep.
Did I cite my sources? Now as a professional, I think it's more about how I can, like, if a student feels success, was it easy for them? Did they struggle through it? Were they able to do it on their own? How many revisions they go through. As a student, I don't think you understand that authors rewrite it 100 times, and we're asking kids to do it twice. So I think that's kind of a hard thing. But I think the success would be, did they answer the question? Did they cite something? Did they feel successful? And could they explain it, to somebody else? Did they get out of it what we wanted them to?
That's a great answer. I like that. Well, that's all the questions I have. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.